Hello, everybody.
Did we want to pull that item? Okay. Yes. Jacob, there's
Yes.
one item.
Hold on one second. Yes, I can hear you. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. I'd like to call this meeting to order at 5:05, and we can start off with our roll call, please.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Here.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Present, able, and willing.
Miss Sarah Turner,
Here.
Ms. Alvariano,
Here.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Here.
All board members are present.
Okay, if we can stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Moving on to item point 3, approval of board agenda.
Mr. President, we would like to request a pull item 9.4, and we'll bring it to our next meeting. We noticed a clerical error that we would like to amend before having this item approved.
Okay, if I can get a motion to approve the agenda, pulling item 9.4, please.
Motion to approve with that change.
Okay, can I get a second?
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Yes.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Aye, Captain.
Ms. Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Ms. Alvariano,
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Today on closed session items, we have 2.1, potential litigation under Government Code Section 54956.8 and 54956.9. And we also have item 2.2, public employee discipline dismissal release under Government Code Section 54957. Do we have any public comments regarding closed session items? Okay, no public comments regarding closed session items. Can I get a motion to adjourn a closed session?
I'll make a motion to approve, to go to closed
Yeah.
session.
Okay, thank you. Can I get a second, please?
Second.
Okay, we have a second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Yes.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Aye, Captain.
Ms. Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Ms. Alvariano,
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, great. Afterwards. Okay, actually, Sarah needs a tech person with their laptop. Just really quick. Okay. Well, welcome back, everybody. We're reconvening back into open session. I want to report out that the board approved a settlement agreement for case number 202-107-0049, and the vote was 5-0. Okay. Did they?
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Thank you. Okay, moving on to item 5.1, approval of consent agenda, items 5.2 to 5.5. There's no questions. Can I get a motion to approve, please?
Motion to approve?
Okay, can I get a second?
Second.
Go ahead.
Second, Mr. Patel. Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Yes.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Aye, Captain.
Ms. Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Ms. Elva Ariano,
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to 6.0 reports information. First, we have 6.1. Is somebody here from SRTA? Yeah. Hi.
You know, it's always sharing is caring, but then my students take it up.
I'll give it back. You know where to find me right now. Good evening, trustees. It's again still whirlwind out there, right? It really is. Teachers are working harder. I don't, it's constant. We're working harder than ever. We have staff and teachers filling in extra roles because we have shortages for classified and certificated. So they're filling in all over the place, not just teachers, also our classified staff. We're also having some concerns and questions, and we've talked to the district about this, and I know the district's doing something about it regarding contact tracing. Our teachers are getting confused as to who's out for what, and we need to make sure that we are providing the materials to the students that are at home so they continue to learn, and we have and I know we need to do it to get our ADA money as well. So we want to make sure we're providing the education that they're missing if they're quarantined and keeping everybody else safe. So we're happy that the district is working on streamlining that complicated process to make things easier for literally, I think, everybody in the district. We are having some concerns with some administration at some sites, and we are in contact with the district office about it, and we're really happy they're listening to our concerns and taking steps to improve some concerns that are taking place. But again, the kids are happy. We're happy to be in person, meeting the kids as we need, teach them safety, teaching them to keep their nose, and hand sanitizer like crazy everywhere and distancing. But as always, it's fantastic that we're a team and we're heard and we act and support each other, including the families and the communities. I think after last year's virtual, teachers are in contact with parents even more. And now, of course, it's continuing, especially when kiddos go home, because they have some symptom. We need to reach out to see what they need. Do they need a packet? Do they need some work to do? Come to school, you can get it, and we'll stay in contact. We'll answer questions and stuff. So that dialogue's there. It needs to be there. It's going to continue. But we have to know who's out for what and when and how long and when they're allowed back in the classroom. And that's going to be something that we definitely are looking forward to the contact tracing to be able to answer that question for us. So if a kiddo shows up, we know that they've been cleared to be safe in the classroom again. And there's so many pieces in play right here. So much movement going on and learning it. Everybody's learning this. It's a whole new thing that hopefully will end within some time at the end of the tunnel. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Silver, and we do appreciate the feedback. And I know things will come up, and I think, as was said, as long as we work together and as a team to kind of find the resolutions, I think that's what's important. Moving on to, is there anybody from CSEA? No? Okay. Now we'll move on to 6.3, School Spotlight, Gavilan View Middle School.
Our leadership students at Gavilan View Middle School have submitted a video for you this evening.
Oh, awesome.
And then we'll move into having students in person next month.
Hey Paisley, remember orientation?
Yeah, that was so much fun. Remember back to school night?
Oh yeah, back to school night. It's where we got to learn about all the cool stuff that we're doing this year.
Yeah, I heard there's also gonna be Club Rush.
Club Rush! Tell me more! Club Rush is where we get to pick the clubs that we're gonna do this year.
Wow, that sounds super cool. I'm super excited for fall sports.
Fall sports? I heard that they're gonna have fencing.
I heard that they're gonna have boys soccer.
And cross country.
And volleyball. We also get to do our electives this year.
I'm super excited for art.
I'm excited for tech.
I'm excited for music.
And science garden.
We love Science Garden!
And I'm super excited for the new school year and to meet new people.
I'm super excited to see my friends.
I'm super excited to make new friends and see our teachers.
I'm excited to learn in person and not through a screen.
That was an awesome video, and it's good to see the kids and the students back at school as well. Do you have any questions or comments from the board? Go ahead.
Just a great job as always. It was fabulous. I loved it. And I'm super excited that several of my former second graders are now at Gavel View this week.
Once again, thank you to the parents and staff and especially the students at Gavilan View. You know, it's been almost 2 years, you know, to see our students in action. So it just brings me joy. I mean, bottom line is above everything else, this is why we're here, you know, and so kudos to the staff and like I said, and the parents and the students, but you know, let's keep it going. You know, I want to see BK, I want to see the elementary schools, you know, I want to see everyone. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to 6.4, Superintendent's Cabinet. We'll start off with the Director of OMOTF, Mr. Victor Sandoval.
Well, good evening, everybody. Today, I just want to share with you that Monterey County Office of Education did the Williams audit, and we were awesome. The inspector for the facilities portion of it shared with us that in the past 14 years that he's been doing this job, he has never seen a great improvement on the facilities, and he was very impressed. And he couldn't find anything to, you know, mark us up for anything. So it was very favorable, and I'm kind of proud of that. Proud of my team. They keep on going. They know how to do more things, and hopefully later on today, you can approve one of my agenda items based on their performance. So currently we're working with school facilities consultants, and I've been working individually with Katerina Fonatova, and we're finally breaking the ice on the 4.0. And this is a form that is provided by California Department of Education for a site approval. So prior to us being able to purchase the site over at the West Area Specific Plan, we need a blessing from CDE and DTSC. So with that, Katerina and I are going to be meeting with CDE on Friday of next week. So it looks like, you know, they're going to bless the 4.0 based on the original 4.0 that was actually submitted about 10 years ago. So we're going to have to do some updates, but minor changes, and hopefully it goes well. So with that, I feel relieved, solely because we're not having to redo the whole entire report for them. This week, we were able to do interviews for sub-custodians, and we have a recommendation of 3 sub-custodians going to HR for, you know, paperwork and fingerprinting. So hopefully that works out for us. The other thing that's kind of exciting is facilities is going to have a field trip over to Los Baños. We're going to be visiting Mercy Springs Elementary, and this is just to go take a look at the facilities from a contractor that has a piggybackable or pre-approved sets of plans for buildings. And these buildings are going to be sort of a modular, but they're on concrete perimeter pier foundation and slab on grade. So we're going to be able to physically see what they do in order to evaluate them for, being able to build the new school if we get to build one here pretty soon. So if anybody would like to go, let us know. We'll happy to carpool. So other than that, that's all I have for tonight.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the update, and also thank you for you and your staff for doing an awesome job of continuously improving. Any questions or comments from the board? Mr. Bertel? Okay, Sarah?
Just thank you for all of your hard work, and I actually would be interested in going on the site visit if it's possible, so I'll talk to Ms. Alderman to coordinate. Thank you.
Yeah, no, just thank you and your entire staff out there. For me, the facilities issue is basically an issue of equity, making sure that all of our students have facilities that, create a great learning environment. And so I see that happening, and based on the audit that we got, and the result you received, I'm just so proud of everyone out there. What can I say? And the last but not least, I'm glad we're forward thinking. I'm glad we're looking at new modular designs out there. Technology has increased, and we can find better ways to build schools. Let's take advantage of it at a cost efficient basis. So thank you for seeking that out, and hopefully we can get a good review from you. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, Sarah, also for going on behalf of the board. Okay, moving on to Director of Nutritional Services, Mr. Chuck Hillen.
Hi, good evening. Just a couple items from us here in our department. Along with supply and delivery issues, we were dealing with a POS system issue this week. So it's been out twice this week already. Not only the back of the house part with the reports, but also our serving lines. It hasn't stopped us from feeding the kids. Our staff has handled the issues well, and they've adapted their serving lines as necessary. The other thing is the health department was out this week visiting a couple sites, and we did have a few minor issues, but the sites that were visited did pass, so there's no red flags there. The issues are stemming from us moving forward and with more technology. All of our stuff is online now, all our reports and so forth. So it created an issue with the health department because they couldn't physically see like our food temperatures, for example. So not something we thought about when we went forward with the technology, but we are going to work with the health department and get that rectified. So we'll just print out the report. They can write their temperatures on it so that if the health department shows up, then they have it right in front of them. They can see it without trying to search for it, in the program. And that's it for me.
Okay, thank you for the update. And I do appreciate also in the Friday letter mentioning that the meals are going out to the students that are part of the virtual academy. So thank you for that. Miss, any questions from the board or comments? No? Okay, thank you. Moving on to our CBO, Ms. Rosa Zumudia.
Good evening. So my department and myself, which has been really busy, as you heard, most of the sites are short staff. So my department is also short staff. And as we try to maintain our department and keep things going, we're also trying to support the school sites of those people who are out, who are responsible to, help out with timesheets and anything with the accounting system. So it's been really, really busy and challenging for myself, for all my department. We're trying our best, and it's just been really hard to try to continue to do on what we were normally will do during this time, like closing the books. It's just been really hard because we have a lot of urgent situations that we're dealing with, and trying our best. And I just want to give special thanks to my budget technician, who's actually doing like 2 jobs right now because, like I said, we're short staff. Orlando Gonzalez, Carrie Van Blarco is our payroll technician, and she's working very hard as well and doing as much as we can to help out with those account codes and just get everything moving. And Debbie Campbell, who's the supervisor of physical service, who's also supporting the sites and doing as much as we can to provide support to the sites and to maintain our department running. So special thanks to my team. They are great. Just very thankful for them. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, and thank you for also naming them, and we appreciate all your staff and what they're doing, especially with the current times. Any questions or comments from the board?
Just a thank you to everybody, and that goes across the district and this business office specifically. A friend of mine put a sign on her restaurant that said, "We are short-staffed. Please be kind to the people that are here." And I feel like everybody in education also needs that sign on their door right now.
Definitely.
I just want to say thank you. You know, not only to your department, but I think all departments are going through staffing shortages. You know, it makes me upset a little bit, and it's not because of the of any other issue except for the fact that we knew this was coming. You know, we knew we were going to have shortages of teachers, you know, and et cetera. You know, we've created an environment that is not conducive, you know, to get staff, you know, in the educational setting. So I hope things change. You know, I hope, you know, things get much better, not only in the general labor market, but especially in education. You know, we need to increase number of teachers. We need an increased number of classified staff. You know, we need new bus drivers. You know, we need new custodians. I mean, we need. And so as a society, you know, I feel like, you know, we really need to start looking at those things again, you know, and continue to. But thank you for your department and everyone who's pitching in. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to Director of Special Education and Student Services, Ms. Melanie Grundy.
Good evening, Superintendent and Board. Updates in SPED is we've hired an additional speech and language pathologist to support our preschool process and incoming referrals. I was able to have the opportunity to meet with our site leaders and do what I like to call compliance health checks, and really look at IEPs for their whole site and kind of game plan assessments to catch up and kind of map out IEPs for their year with their case managers. So just really looking at it strategically and planning ahead. Going to meet with all SPED next week and really focus in and train around IEP progress monitoring, just making sure we're all doing it the same way and in alignment, and really honing in on just progress reporting out and those going out with grade checks. Also, we have recruiting and searching far and wide for LVNs. We have a need for those just for specific students with some medical needs. So I've been searching far and wide for LVNs. We have a VNA that will be coming later in this board meeting to support our district nurse and really getting us caught up on our vision and hearing tests for our special ed students. So that's the update from me. Are there any questions?
No, just thank you for the update. I'm glad you're going through those steps, because those are really important for our students.
Absolutely.
Any questions or comments from the board?
Do you need a full-time nurse or part-time, or what do you need?
For the LVNs, we're looking for part-time to be able to support specific special ed students with specific health needs. And then the contract with the VNAs, that's a contract we've done in past years too. She comes in and helps us a couple of days a week for a couple of months, really honing in on those vision and hearing tests for our students.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? No? Okay, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Okay, moving on to Director of Parent and Family and Community Engagement, Dr. Summer Prather-Smith.
person. Sorry about that. I'm going to start off with something that makes me so happy, which are the official drawings of what our family resource centers will look like. You can't be there, but you can pretend like you're there. So I'm going to hand these down. The first one in the packet you'll see is for McKinnon's Family Resource Center, which will be right off the library. Again, kind of noting that each of our family resource centers has an outdoor access to make it easier for parents to come in and out, as well as distribution from the site. So you'll see that in this space, we have a work center for our community liaison. We have a small classroom space where we can do some in-class instruction for the parents. And then we also have a small comfortable seating area where parents who need to fill out forms or communicate with our staff will have a space to do that. On the next page, you will see the Family Resource Center that's currently at John Gutierrez Middle School. This resource center is our smallest space at this time because we're going to be using the library space for our classroom instruction with parents. And then eventually, as we do the modernization of La Jolla, moving over to create a full family resource center in that space for both schools. So in that space at John Gutierrez, we have a workstation as well for our staff, and then some comfortable seating where we can meet with parents and provide one-on-one and small support. And then the last one is our largest center, which is the Santa Rita Family Resource Center, which encompasses 2 full spaces. On one side, you'll see we really have our working area where our staff will be. We'll have community organizations within that space that'll be there to support our families as well. We can do some small group instruction as well as presentations from our community partners. On the other side, we have a full family engagement classroom space. We've already, as I shared last time, are working with the Salinas Adult School, and that space will hold a morning ESL class for our parents. So everything is on its way. I can't wait till it's actually here. I just look at these daily in hopes that someday we're going to have the real thing going on. But again, just to reiterate that while we wait for these spaces to be completed, we're still implementing all of the services that we will eventually move over there as well. I want to share with you that we've been able to work with E-Rates to get computers at home for all of our elementary school students. And the reason that this is important to parent engagement is we know that a lot of our parents were using their students' devices to log on and engage in our cafecitos and our parent trainings. And so by having computers at home for student use, we also give parents access to parent engagement opportunities. So we're excited for those to be available. It's also going to support our parents as they work with our students who are home quarantining and for teachers to push out curriculum to students and not require those paper packets. So we're optimistic, as I look at Nicole, we're optimistic that we'll have those here sometime in September and be able to quickly kind of turn them around and get them into the hands of our students. And those computers won't go back and forth to limit contamination. Those will stay at home for at-home use during the year for both our students and parents. Also, to maintain the transparency that's important in this district and based on kind of parent feedback, we've implemented 2 COVID protocols or procedures that are going to help our parents really know what's going on here in the district. The first is our COVID dashboard. So on our website, you'll see a dashboard that parents can access. And we're updating that at least every Friday or whenever there's a new incidence of a positive COVID case in our schools. So parents can go onto that dashboard. It's divided by school and kind of track what's happening at their sites. What's really important about that dashboard is really that percentage number that's there. And it really gives parents a quick snapshot of what is really happening at a site. And then there's a cumulative column that tells us what's happening kind of long term, right? So students who maybe don't have a current case, but what were that total number at that site as we move on with their dates. We also really heard parents' requests to have a letter home regardless of if their child was a close contact or not. We did have procedures in place in which we were reaching out to close contacts to do that contact tracing and to notify parents. But we heard the fear in parents' voice, right? I've spent a lot of time one-on-one calls with families over the last several months. And parents said, you know, even if I'm not a close contact, I just want to know and not assume that if my student's, neighbor is out, that it's COVID.
And so we've put together a letter that will go out to any classroom where there is a COVID positive case, just notifying families that there was a COVID positive case within their classroom, that if they were identified as a close contact, there's a policy and procedure for that, and we would be in contact with them via phone, and just to kind of monitor and watch for their child. And so we're hoping that through that transparency, parents feel a little bit more comfortable and informed, as well as our teachers in that. And then I have an approval item coming up later that I'll share more with you about, which is a great opportunity for us to engage in some cultural and self-pride building for both our students and our parents through a folklorico group. So I'm excited to share that with you when we get to that approval item.
Awesome. Thank you for the update. And it's actually really exciting to see these going on. So I can't wait till the furniture arrives and we implement it and stuff. And I just want to say thank you also for the district and yourself as far as transparency to the parents. I think that's most important. I think the more parents are informed and the community is informed what's going on, you know, the more trust that they have within the district as well. Any questions or comments from the board? No.
No, I, you know, this is the first time I'm hearing of it, and I just think it's phenomenal. I mean, the ability to check daily or weekly basis, and you know, as a parent, make your own decision. You know, about the safety of your own child. Vaccines not out there for them. You know, and I feel as a parent, I should have that choice. You know, and information makes me more confident in the institution I'm sending my students to. You know, so please continue. I think it's a great idea.
And I also wanted to just check in. Andrew, are you still there?
Earth calling Andrew.
He's not there? No.
It looks like he dropped off the call just a moment ago.
Let me see, make sure he hasn't. Okay, you can maybe reach out to him and see if we can. Okay, because I just realized I hadn't been asking if he had comments, and I'm sure he has had comments along the way. Sorry about that, Andrew. Huh? So we'll have a reach out. Yeah, let's do a quick moment just to see if he can get back in.
I'll add one more piece. So
Sure.
Give me some time. I'll
Okay,
add one more thing
definitely.
that we've done in the meantime. I always have tons of things to say. The other safety measure that we put into place, really based on these conversations with parents and listening to what parents say around the safety of COVID and protection, is that we've ordered cafeteria dividers for every site. They've been installed at New Republic. The rest are on their way. And these are very similar to like those sneeze guards that you see at a restaurant, but they're divided up so that when students are unmasked in that space, there's still kind of a barrier between them and the person sitting across from them. So we were really excited to work with a company that rushed that for us and got them in, we got them installed, and the rest are on their way to be installed as well. Again, just basically that ability to listen to our parents and understand what they need and to protect their children while they're under our care.
We'll move on, and then as soon as he comes in, please let me know. Okay, thank you. Okay, moving on to the Director of Curriculum and Instruction, Ms. Donna. She's virtual. I was looking over here. I was like, she's over there. Sorry about that.
Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody's been well this week. This week, we've been continuing preparing for the federal program audit. Our initial LPAC, as well as our first benchmark, has launched. As Mr. Sandoval had explained, he and I participated in our annual Williams visit. The visit went great. We were told we got gold stars for both sites. It was exciting to watch the students. Teachers had students show off their books from their core classes, and the facilities walk had many compliments. Our VLP program has continued to increase their enrollment. We've almost maxed out our Edgenuity license at about 75. So as we purchase more licenses with students transferring into the VLP program, Ms. Yoder, our amazing VLP TOSA, has set up a Google Classroom for students to access. This will ensure the VLP students coming in will always have access to engaging lessons and instruction. Last week, sadly, we lost one of our recent retirees of Santa Rita. Mrs. Sherry Santa Ana worked for the Santa Rita Union School District for over 33 years, most of which she worked as a paraprofessional at Gavilan View Middle School. Her humble, passionate spirit working with students, teachers, and staff will always be treasured. Her positive growth mindset allowed her to continue to step into new domains as a paraprofessional and support students during distant learning. One could always find Sherry working with the students and monitoring students during yard duty. She loved working with her students and colleagues at Gavilan View. Her passing came as a shock to us all last week, and she will be missed, but her smile and laughter will always stay with us. And I want to send out a special regards out to her family. She was pretty special.
Thank you, and definitely, if we can just maybe have a quick moment of silence for her. Okay, well, thank you very much for also sharing a little bit about her as well. And thank you for the update. Any questions or comments from the board?
Ms. Koenig, I just want to say thank you, but, you know, when I think of our staff and I think of teachers and CSEA and classified and everyone who works with us, I mean, I really appreciated what you just did. Yeah, I've been here God knows how many years, and we haven't done that so often. You know, what's wrong with what's wrong with us not celebrating, you know, the lives of people who have dedicated decades to this very institution, you know? You know, they spend more time here than they did with their families, you know? And so I'm not saying, you know, I might suggest to you, Mr. President, that maybe you might look into considering this a common thing. You know, I think we should honor those who sacrifice so much for us, you know? They should not be forgotten. So I just want to say thank you for enlightening me, and hopefully, you know, this idea can foster this recognition of service. Thank you.
No, I do appreciate you saying that. I do agree. I think it is important, especially when they've given their life to the district and the students and the families. So thank you for sharing that. Okay. Any other questions or comments? No? Angie, are you able to let us know when you have any comments or questions?
Yes, I'll chime in. Yes.
Okay.
Got
All right.
disconnected temporarily.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you for the update. Moving on to Assistant Superintendent of Human Resource, Ms. Becky Moore.
Thank you. Before I give my report, our CSEA president reached out to me with a statement from CSEA, so I'll read that. On behalf of CSEA, we want to thank the board for helping the classified to get the reclassification. The CSEA chapter will be working with the district to help in getting the new positions where they need to be. And thank you also for the $1,000 bonus and being willing to help us. We appreciate it. Well, as for HR, we have been busy. Unfortunately, we've been receiving many resignations. Different little pockets and different reasons. We thought the last week of July and even coming into the very beginning of August that we were in such great shape, and I guess we might have jinxed ourselves because since then it has been constant interview, hire process, get people onboarded and in, receive more resignations, or some of those people are transferring, so then it creates other vacancies. And you know, it's been a myriad of reasons for the resignations. Some are health related. We have people who have moved on to admin positions or TOSA positions in another district. We have people who have decided to move and live elsewhere. So life is happening for people, but we are all feeling the strain, and I see it with everybody I interact with, whether I'm interacting with a principal or our maintenance guys who are also driving buses. You know, our custodians are covering for each other and helping each other out, and it's tough. Our teachers are working hard, and they're giving up prep time in order to cover when we don't have enough substitutes, because there's also a substitute shortage. So we are doing our best to recruit additional substitutes, to outreach. We've been sending job announcements to CSUMB. We've made contact with some people there to kind of help us recruit, maybe for some paraprofessionals even. With Hartnell, we send our announcements out to the EDD, the unemployment office, because hopefully people who are on unemployment are looking for jobs now. So we're willing to try and do whatever it takes to get these positions filled. But as I've spoken with people in other school districts, we're not alone. This is an issue for all of us, but it is what's taking the majority of our time right now. And we want to do everything we can to support us being fully staffed again. Aside from that, the other big strain on our department right now is work with COVID-19. Talking to employees who may be experiencing symptoms and they don't know if they have COVID-19 and what should they do, and giving them some guidance and follow-up steps, as well as reporting the positive cases following our Cal OSHA guidelines, our CDPH guidelines. Our principals and our district nurse with any contact tracing and follow-up that may need to happen. So it's a very busy time. I know that everybody is working hard and is really committed, and I can see it. I can also see that people are getting tired. And anything that we can do to support our staff to keep going, to support our kids, is what we're going to do. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the update, and CSEA, thank you for the comments. We do appreciate. And I guess just to all our staff out there, you know, just make sure you do your self-care, and we appreciate what you guys are doing for the students, but we also want to make sure you guys are taken care of as well. Any questions or comments from the board? Yes. No, Mr. Patel?
Thank you for your honest assessment. You know, once again, you know, I've already talked about this topic a little bit earlier, but I want to make sure that you have the support and latitude in order to go out there and make sure we're getting the staff, getting the substitutes. I mean, I'm thinking all hands on deck in terms of options. I'm thinking bonuses. I'm talking referrals for, you know, bonuses for teachers. I'm talking making some type of understanding with, you know, with the certificated union, whatever it may be. All hands on deck. I mean, you know, I understand we're part of other districts, but, you know, I'm not here to represent other districts. I'm here to represent ours. And whatever we got to do, if it includes bonus, this, that, whatever, you know, we're going to do it. I'll do it for our students. You know, so I hope that, you know, you're getting that latitude in terms of being creative, in terms of getting the resources together to make sure you can go out there and get what we need. I hope I phrased that correctly.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions or comments? No? Okay, thank you for the update. Okay, moving on to the board and the superintendent. We'll start off with Mr. Andrew Sandoval.
Thank you. I had an opportunity to visit La Jolla, and I know there's a lot of chaos with all the traffic from the 3 schools, but I just want to give kudos to that staff who handles that chaotic 45 minutes of, you know, traffic and making sure all the kids go safely with their parents. I think the principal, the staff, everybody's doing a great job. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Elba Ariano.
Hi, yes. You know, as I listen to all the directors' reports, I feel so confident and so proud of our district in the direction that it's going. I know it's very challenging. It will be a challenging year, We can hear it, we can see it, but we also need you to take care of yourselves. Seriously, take time for yourselves. That goes for the principals and teachers and kids if they can, but we truly do need you. And you guys are the asset of our district, and we appreciate your guidance. At least all of us I know do. But please just take care. If anything you guys need, please let us know. But the reports were excellent. Like I said, we really truly appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all for saying that. You definitely, I'm sure all the board members feel the same way as far as you have your support. As far as myself, I did get to visit La Jolla as well to pick up my nephew. And I know traffic's out there, and I just want to say to the community, just be patient with each other. I think patience goes a long way in just taking your time out there and being safe and stuff. And there's a lot of houses in residential areas there. So I know I've been seeing some comments as far as people speeding through there. So if you're, one of those parents, just please slow it down. So safety comes first. Mr. Neil Patel.
For the last week since the schools have opened, it's just been inundation of phone calls and talking to parents and staff. And, I will say this, is that I expected a certain amount of time of coming together and handling the challenges that are coming. And I think the challenges are going to increase as time goes on. I really do. So before I begin, I just want to concur what Ella said, and that is thank you to the staff of Santa Rita School District. These are challenging times. And above all else, we rely upon you. I ask you to please come together. This is a time of need. This is a time where a family, that goes that extra distance. They're more patient with each other. They're more understanding with each other. They give each other a little bit more room for understanding, and so all I'm asking is, I know there are challenges out there, and we as a board and administration are trying our best, but the truth is, we got to do it together, and so once again, thank you for everyone for what you're doing. Everything is, there is no book out there. There's no, directions on how to handle this situation, and we're taking it day by day. And, and so we, despite all the challenges, I still say today what I said, when school started, and that is, I feel very confident with who we have. I will take this district and this staff over any district. All right. Because I know what we're capable of. And I believe in you guys. So thank you. And one other comment, and it has to do with the current state of affairs in Salinas. I teach in high school, and we've had many challenges over the years, but in particularly over the last week or so, because of the racial divide, that I don't want to say a school, I just want to say, you know what, our society. I don't want to sit here and isolate one school. The truth is, this probably could have happened in most schools. If administration, if staff, if the parents, if the community allows it to happen. If people don't come together, these are the things that can happen. And we got to be on constant guard. We got to be on constant watch. And so I just want to say, we have a lot of work still to do in the racial divide in America. And as I like to tell my students, there aren't any easy answers. Mankind's been around for thousands of years, and we've tried to solve all the problems we can. What we have left today for me and you to solve is what thousands of years of mankind could not. So when people come to us and yell and scream, do this, do that, I often ask myself, I said, there aren't any easy answers left. Me and you are dealing with the stuff that generations. So I want to hear new ideas. I want to hear new pathways. I want to hear people coming together and handling challenges like we're doing with the pandemic right now in COVID, So once again, I think we have a lot of work to do, not only as a society, but as a district in terms of making sure that we stay together and we stay focused on doing the good things, especially for our future generations. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Patel. Ms. Sarah Turner?
I want to say thank you again for everybody's hard work, and kind of going back to the comment from the CSEA leadership. From the time that I got on the board 5 years ago, all the board members have always said, how can we do better by our employees, both certificated and classified? And I feel like that was the direction of the district leadership too. We didn't want people feeling like they had to leave to take another job, especially another job in Salinas that paid more, and just anything that we could do to show people that we were appreciated. And as Ms. Koenig mentioned, we just had a long time aide pass away not too far before that. In the summer, we had a long time custodian who passed away. It also served the district for many years. And Mr. Patel talked about that maintenance is about equity, and it is, and staffing is about equity, and we want our kids to have the best. And for that, we know that we need to provide both for the children, but we need to provide for our employees. And so we do talk about it and think about it all the time. And we so appreciate you. And sometimes if you can't see something happening in front of you, please understand that there are conversations going on behind closed doors that, I've been a teacher for 24 years. It's my dream job being on the board because I get to try to provide for other people my best vision of what everybody deserves who's in education. So I'm so grateful every day for the opportunity to do that. And please know that, I'm so proud of everything that everybody's done. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Sarah. And now Ms. Melissa Alderman, Superintendent.
Thank you. It has been a very busy and somewhat hectic start to a school year. Still, this is our third year dealing with COVID. And dealing with it in a new and very different kind of way. And you'll see some positions on the board agenda tonight, just everyone realizing that we need to take a look at how overwhelming some of these tasks are. And school districts taking on a whole other realm that, usually would fall under a health department. So, we always joke and say, well, when we get in education, turns out we're also in, we're therapists, we're lawyers, turns out we might be county health officials at this point. But to be serious, we need some help. So we're looking for help. We need some substitutes. So we are going to really put it out there and be a little better than competitive with our sub rates. So some of the things that we're bringing to you, it's truly a need that we have, and we're going to continue to explore ways to make sure that vacancies are filled, that we have the substitutes when we need the substitutes at this trying time. I know Ms. Stover brought up the extra hours that certificated are taking on classified. I had administrators subbing in classrooms last week. Academic coaches, they're subbing right now quite often. And so it truly is, when you say all hands on deck, it's all hands on deck, and just kind of recognizing that sort of growing fatigue and still finding the strength to, persevere and taking those moments when we can and kind of honoring the work that everyone's putting in to get it done. I appreciate that. And on another note, and I have reached out to Mr. Tommy Spencer, our historian, to verify this. This district was established in all the records that I can find in 1871. And I would like to point out that makes 2021 our sesquicentennial anniversary. our 150th anniversary of existence, serving our Santa Rita community. So I realized that and I sent that out with the staff, told them I couldn't pronounce it. Turns out there's a little thing on Google where you click it enough and listen, you can say sesquicentennial, like a champ. And so don't be surprised if we celebrate our sesquicentennial throughout the year and what that means to be serving the same community for 150 years.
You know,
You know.
you know, Miss Alderman, we need something to celebrate. You know, as a district, we need this.
Yeah, I agree that that's really good timing to something that the district could need and stuff. So, any questions or comments? No. Well, thank you, and just keep going.
I'm sorry, Ms. Alderman, I'd asked you a question before the meeting about testing. Are you going to get into that later at some point?
Let me backtrack just a little bit. Sarah Turner did ask me, and I got distracted with my sesquicentennial. With the governor's new order, that there's an education either be fully vaccinated or submit to weekly testing, and to facilitate our student encountering possible COVID exposure. We are, and thank you to Dr. Prather-Smith for really spearheading this for us as we all kind of divvied up task last week to secure some in-district testing availability for like an in-district clinic where people are able to go and get those COVID tests here on site. And so we're possibly looking for ways to get some staffing with that as well as part of it. And hopefully we'll be able to get that implemented within the next couple of weeks.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions or comments from the board? No? Okay, thank you. Moving on to 7.0 public comment. Is there any public comment regarding non-agenda items? Okay, and then I'm assuming no public comment regarding agenda items either, correct? Okay, just want to make it official. What was that? One day. Moving on to business 8.1, classified AB 1200, classified public disclosure.
Good evening again. That is one of my items, and I'm excited to bring this to you. This is for the AB 1200 for classified employees, and it's pretty much the classified public disclosure. And I know we talked about this on prior meetings, but it's putting the cost together for the agreement with the classified union on the one-time payment for $1,000 for all active employees for last fiscal year. The total cost for reclassifications on this new 2021-2022, and the 1% salary increase for the new year as well, the bilingual stipend and the diapering stipend, putting all the funds together and the total cost to you. That I believe is like about 11-page document, went over to Monterey County Office of Education. They do a review of the numbers, and they did provide the letter, so I attached that with the item. And it pretty much is the Monterey County approving the total cost, saying, yes, the district is able to meet the financial obligations for current year and the next 2 years out. And it's here for approval.
Okay, thank you. Out of curiosity, was this your previous position, Rosie?
Yes, my job was to review the AB 1200 public disclosures. That's right.
Okay, I figured. Any questions or comments? If not, can I get a motion to approve?
Yay! Motion to approve.
Can I get a second, please?
Second.
Okay,
Second.
roll call, please.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Yes.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Aye, Captain.
Ms. Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Ms. Elva Ariano, Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Moving on to 8.2, hearing on adoption of school facility needs analysis and alternative school facilities fee.
Yes, so that's my item too. This is to open the public hearing. We did put a public notice 30 days before on July 26th with details in regards to the public hearing and the school facility needs analysis. We also have here Kevin Sullivan from School Facility Consultants. He's also available if you have any questions. This is a requirement prior to the adoption on the new fees. As I mentioned before, the public notice went out into our district website. It also was available at the Monterey Herald newspaper, at the Monterey County Weekly newspaper, and at KSBW as well. And I have the backup documentation for you to review. And I want to check with Nicole just to make sure we did put a generic email address in our website to see if we receive any comments. I know we didn't have any. Not okay. So as of now, we don't have any public
Okay, Rosa, we're
comments.
going to go ahead and open the public hearing.
Yes, thank you.
I'd like to open the public hearing at 7:07 p.m.
Nicole, would you want to check that email one more time in the next couple of minutes?
Okay, thank you.
While we're waiting, is there any questions or comments from the board regarding this item or for Ms. Sullivan here?
Just want to thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
We double, triple, and quadruple checked the calculations here, considering our lovely.
Is there a certain period of time that we need to wait as far as the public hearing? 5 minutes? Okay. Yeah, okay. We'll give it some time just to be safe. Would you want to let the public have their opportunity as well?
You know, I can do karaoke.
I was about to say it's kind of quiet. How was what I was gonna say?
Yeah, I can do these things. You know, I sing in the classroom, you know. It's a good way to get students out really fast.
Well, while we're waiting, I like the new setup here. I do appreciate we're going to have more space when we do have large groups to kind of spread out a little bit versus the old building. I'm sure it was kind of tight in there oftentimes. Exactly.
Well, it would always be a concern for me if students were doing a presentation. Sometimes we couldn't even get the families in the room to see the kids. It was like, okay, that's ridiculous. We got to do something about that. Mhm. Yeah, and we often have people who are accommodating, like if they weren't a parent, they go out into the hallway so the parent could, you know, but just for everybody to see the presentations would be a huge improvement.
Okay, we're going to give it less than a minute, 7:11, then we'll kind of close out the public hearing.
I should have let our audience members know if you need to go to the restroom, the hallway is open.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, at this time, we're going to close the public hearing at 7:12 p.m. Do we need to get a motion to close it out or move on to the next item? As it is an action? No?
No,
Okay.
just we'll need
Okay.
a motion on the next.
So moving on to item 8.4, approve annual contract.
Nope,
with the- oh,
8.3.
Sorry, 8.3.
Yes,
Sorry, the way I printed on my
no problem.
carried over. Thank you. Yeah, moving on to 8.3, adoption of a board resolution of alternative school facility fees and approval of SEQA. SEQA, a notice of exemption.
Thank you. So that's the follow-up step. It's pretty much adopting the board resolution, and this would become, the new fees will become effective immediately after your approval.
Any questions or comments from the board?
No, we had a, thank you to Mr. Sullivan, really good presentation on this, at a previous board meeting. So, motion to approve.
Okay, motion approved. Can I get a second? Second, roll call, please.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Yes.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Aye, Captain.
Ms. Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Ms. Alvariano,
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Moving on to now 8.4, approve annual contract with Inform K-12 for unlimited access.
Yes, so we previously had a contract with Inform K-12 to process electronic forms like timesheets, stipends, and all of that. As we move forward with the year with new compliance, we're looking forward to add additional forms. So this is to get the unlimited access. Yeah, it's just pretty much to go paperless and be more efficient and productive.
I'm very excited about this. Motion to approve.
Okay, can I get a second, please?
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Yes.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Aye, Captain.
Ms. Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Ms. Alvariano,
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to 8.5, replacement of aging MOTF equipment.
Well, thank you very much. That is one of my items. As you know, that my teams and my departments have been growing in knowledge and also gaining their comfort level in doing more than what we've been doing before, and eliminating the need of contracted services. So tonight I'm presenting to you a list of replacement items and also some additions. And if you look at the spreadsheet that I've given you, the orange or yellow are the replacements, and the ones in white at the very bottom are additional items for my maintenance, grounds, and custodial staff. As you can see, there's also two prices on there. A list price that the general public could actually buy stuff for. However, we're exercising the joint powers authority to be able to guarantee that we get the best pricing from manufacturers directly. So that's one of the procurement process that colleges, schools, government entities actually use. So tonight, I'm just hoping that you could actually, take it upon, in your heart and say, hey, yeah, let's go for this, because we desperately need all the equipment.
I think there's some questions or comments from the board.
Well, one comment and then one question. Regarding the cost and the request. I've been on this board, I don't know, pretty good number of years, and I've asked, let's do stuff in-house, let's do stuff in-house. And the answer was always, it wasn't cost effective. And here we have our staff doing way more. And so what I say is making sure they have the ability to do what they can with the equipment that they need. if we're not gonna go any farther than that. So I am in total support of this. I don't know why my phone won't stop ending. Anyway, so once again, I'm very happy that we're able to do this. We have the ability to fund it, and so I'm in totally support of it. My question is on the Ford trucks. I've been barking for new trucks for God knows how long. Listen, with this vision, this district has a vision of being environmentally friendly. You know, we have an electric power station over here. You know, we have the ability to get. I mean, are you looking into getting the the 250 electrical with the electrical backup? Because if that's an investment, I'm concerned to make sure that we're getting multiple uses out of that vehicle. So, is it yes, no?
No, these are two gas units. Right now, in the year 2024, the Monterey Bay Area Air Quality District is actually putting the kibosh to getting any more diesels. So we're replacing one of the diesels in one of the oldest trucks that we have. In this case, right now, the F-150 and the electrical version of it, it's still not compatible with, really towing and doing some heavy duty equipment hauling for what the grounds department really needs. And these two trucks are going to the grounds department.
Okay. Once again, I have my wishes, but I'm going to trust the experts on the ground here. But once again, I'm very supportive of making sure we replace the old diesels out there. Those old buckets. Have you seen them? Yeah. They're prehistoric. I mean, is it like, I mean, come on now. I know 1980s was good for music, but not for cars anymore. All right. So once again, I'm very supportive of this. Our staff goes over and beyond. And so we need to make sure they have the correct equipment to get it done.
You'd like to make a motion?
Oh, yes. I would like to make that motion.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can I get a second, please? Okay, roll call.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Yes.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Aye, Captain.
Ms. Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Ms. Alva Ariano,
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay.
Wait a second. I have a question for you. So what are we going to do with these old bangers anyway? Are we going to have like a little sledgehammer, pay $5, one of those great giveaways? I mean, where'd he go? Did the MOT guy leave?
Unfortunately, we can't. By law, we have to surplus them and
I got
try and
tensions
sell
and
them.
tensions. I got tensions to release too, All right, I see how it is. Okay, thank you. Just a thought.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to 9.0 Human Resources. 9.1 approve 5.5 hour yard duty supervisor position for John Gutierrez Middle School.
Thank you. We are currently lacking sufficient yard duty coverage at JG Middle School based on student enrollment at this time. And so this request is for a 5.5 hour yard duty supervisor to assist with providing a safe school campus.
Okay, thank you. Any questions or comments from the board? No, can I get a motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve.
Okay, can I get a second?
Second, safety first, always.
Always. Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Yes.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Aye, Captain.
Ms. Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Ms. Alva Ariano,
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, thank you. Okay, moving on to item 9.2, approve additional paraprofessional special education FTE for McKinnon Elementary School.
This request is based on the need to open an additional SDC classroom at McKinnon. With the current caseload, we are at capacity in a class, but it is also a class where we have several TK and kinder students who need a lot of additional attention. And so in supporting that new classroom, we will need 2 additional paraprofessionals.
Okay, thank you, definitely appreciate it. Get a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Okay, second, please.
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Yes.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Aye, aye, Captain.
Ms. Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Ms. Alvaro,
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to 9.3, approve additional FTE for paraprofessional currently assigned less than 5 hours per day.
We have several paraprofessionals who are assigned around 4 hours per day that we would like to request, or I can't talk, sorry, to increase to 5 hours per day to assist with instruction using money from the Expanded Learning Opportunity Grant, which did require us to set aside some money for paraprofessional support.
Motion to approve.
Okay, can I get a second, please?
Second.
Second, roll call.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Aye.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Aye, aye, Captain.
Ms. Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Ms. Alvaro,
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, and we're pulled 9.4, so move on to 9.5, approve new certificated substitute daily rates effective September 1st, 2021.
Thank you. We are interested in remaining competitive with our substitute rates and saw a need based on a current compensation study that Monterey County Office of Education did, showing that we could use an increase for subs. And so we would like to increase the daily rate from 145 to 175. And we would like to increase the long-term rate from 226 to 260. And this puts us up near the top in our area.
I have a couple questions.
Mm-hmm.
So if you end up in a long-term assignment and you're on 21st like plus day, does it retroactively go back to
It begins on the 21st day.
Okay.
So it's the regular daily rate until that time is reached.
Okay, Mr. Patel?
This is needed. This is, I've talked to many teachers and exactly what they're saying. They're having to, take, well, not enough substitutes, having to take over classes, we need to find a better solution. So I'm all for this. With that, motion to approve.
Okay, can I get a second, please?
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Yes.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Aye, aye, Captain.
Ms. Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Ms. Alvaro,
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, moving on to 9.6, approve job description for human resource specialists, COVID-19.
Please. No, I'm just- this this item is for the job description because it's a new job description. And so we did kind of think about where this COVID person would fit, but really HR is the place that most of our COVID-19 work is centered. And an HR specialist who could support with the COVID-19 work will provide another layer of support in our office with the HR specialist responsibilities, but primarily the COVID-19 responsibilities, not only in the office, but also supporting principals and the nurse with contact tracing, parent phone calls. We have bilingual Spanish required so that they can communicate with families as well.
Motion to approve.
Wait, second,
Second.
please. Oh, go ahead.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Yes.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Oh, yes.
Ms. Sarah
Aye,
Turner,
aye, Captain.
Aye.
Ms. Alvaro,
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, so now here is the real one, right?
Now here's the real
I just
one.
want to commend Sir Andrew here for getting in there and thank you, Andrew. I just felt very happy right now. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Okay.
So the real item now is a request for approval for a new position, Human Resources Specialist, COVID-19. It will be a full-time position. It will be funded with ESSER funds. I don't know the exact timeline because we thought that with the vaccines we were going to be out of the woods, but we see what's happening around us. But the ESSER funds would cover for a year to 2 years.
Okay. Can I get a motion to approve 9.7?
Aye, aye, Captain.
I
so motion.
Okay. Second.
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Yes.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Aye, Captain.
Miss Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Miss Alvariano,
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
You threw me off, Neil. I was like, what? I? You got excited.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that help. And I know that all of the staff will feel
Yeah.
the relief when we
Really?
can find someone to take the job.
Okay,
Next,
moving-
I have a request for approval for a variable term waiver for Andre Bailey to teach special education at Gavland View Middle School. And he does meet the requirements for this waiver, as long as you are comfortable approving that.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve?
So motion.
A second, please.
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Yes.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Aye, Captain.
Miss Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Miss Alvariano,
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, moving on to 9.9, approve a provisional internship permit for Jesus Romero Cervantes to teach ELD at Gavilan View.
Thank you. Again, this is another kind of emergency permit. Mr. Romero Cervantes has completed the appropriate coursework to be eligible for it, and this would allow him to teach ELD at Gavilan View Middle School this school year.
Prior to motion to approve, I just want to say thank you. I'm liking what I'm seeing. All hands on deck, from what I'm seeing, extending out, getting the resources we need, to support. So thank you with that motion to approve.
Okay, can I get a second, please?
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Yes.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Aye, Captain.
Miss Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Miss Alvariano,
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, moving on to student services, 10.1, approve contract with Boca Grande Speech Therapy Incorporated.
Perfect. This is a contract to push a full-time SLP forward at La Jolla Elementary. The company is local and I've worked with them at other districts, so we're just requesting to continue to work with them. And again, this is for speech services for students.
Okay, thank you. Can I get the motion to approve?
So motion.
Okay, second.
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Excuse me. I have a question. I was reviewing the contract and it says there was a right to refusal to provide services to a student. They have that right. Do we have a backup plan for that?
Yeah, so if that ever came up, which I haven't seen it come up in past districts, but if it did come up, we would just change a student to a different caseload and different provider. Yeah, great question.
Yes, I vote yes.
Okay.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Aye, Captain.
Miss Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Miss Alvariano,
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, moving on to family services, 11.1, approve a CFA contract.
I've been waiting for this one.
Me too. Me too. So I'm excited to bring forward to you a contract with the Alisal Center for the Fine Arts to bring 3 folklorico groups here to the Santa Rita Union School District. We'll have one group that will meet at La Jolla Elementary, serving 1st through 6th grade students. Another group at Gavilan View, here at Gavilan View, and then a parent group to tie it all together to make sure that we're building that enrichment across our families. That'll meet on Saturdays at Santa Rita. And really the goal of our folklorico group is just to build that cultural and self-pride in our students, in our families, and in our community. And so I'm so excited to, sometime soon bring that group here for you, or to hold a showcase at our grand opening of our family resource centers, showcasing the great work that ACFA, the Alisal Center for the Fine Arts, will be doing here within our district. The only thing I want to add is that in working with the program director at ACFA today, it looks like we are going to be able to add an additional teacher for the parent component. So this contract may increase slightly in the end if that's able to be done. So he's working to get a second parent educator for us at Santa Rita.
No, I'm definitely in support of that and excited, and thank you for bringing this to our district as well. Any question?
This has been a vision of ours don't know, for God knows how long, but I just want to say thank you to everyone who's coming together to bring this to fruition. You know, teaching in Alice Health District and seeing the impact Folklorico makes on tying in the culture, the appreciation, the love, the respect. And I would say even now, considering all the drama we're having with racial, lack of racial understanding and lack of racial coming together, if you will, that this shows appreciation of other people's culture, you know? And for me, it's always been about that. It's not me against you. It's always been, hey, let's appreciate for who we are. You know, why can't I enjoy your culture? Why can't you share some of mine? You know, and so I'm so happy that we're finally doing this, and I hope and I expect it to grow and flourish within our district. You know, and once again, I'm open to all type of ethnic events. You know, bring in the Asian festival. You know, as well. You know, we have Black History Month. I mean, there's so many things this district can do. You know, to bring not only our community together, but create a better future based on what and how we teach our children.
Mr. Patel, we're hoping to see you out there with us in one of
Oh,
these performances.
You know,
Zapateando,
I've been
zapateando con
banned
nosotros.
by multiple folklorical groups. They have a restraining order. I don't know about stalking and dancing without permission. I don't know what it is, you know, but one day. But until then, I have to sit on the sidelines and watch, you know, and appreciate. So thank you for that offer. With that motion, well, I'm sorry. Motion to approve?
Any other comments?
No.
No? Okay. Go ahead,
Hold
Mr. Patel.
on, Mr. Patel. Hold on, Mr. Patel.
Is he
Hold on
speaking
a
again?
second.
Is
Hold on.
Andrew speaking again?
Yes, yes.
También
Yeah.
estás invitado.
Good
He has the
God, this is
floor.
Twice.
He has the floor.
Yes, thank you. Well, I'm really excited at this program, and I hope we're able to also, as the families participate, we're also able to refer them to the LSL Center. I know they have a lot of other programs and activities going on, and I hope we grow our relationship with them, and maybe we can bring some more of their programs to our district. So great job, and I'm excited for the work you're doing. Thank you.
And I just want to say I've already started working in negotiations for the winter, spring, summer, fall, spring. Let's see, where are we at? I've got these out here. For the spring to do a drumming and fine arts component. So I'll be bringing that when we finish Folklorico. We'll be able to work with ACFA to bring drumming and fine arts.
Oh, that's fantastic. You read my mind, so that's great. Mr. Patel, you have the floor.
Thank you for doing this. I've always taught in a school where they had the ballet folklorico, and it's just beautiful to see, and the kids are so proud of their heritage. The LSL Center for the Fine Arts, is that the one on Sanborn?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I think my cousin is the one that runs that. Oh, yes. Yeah. And then there's his wife. His wife is my cousin. I'll be darned. Oh, okay, good. Thank you.
Okay, did we get a motion just to backtrack? Okay, motion, and then we got a second? No second yet.
I will second.
Okay,
I'm not sure
thank
that
you.
we had a second up
Okay.
to this point.
Appreciate that. Roll call, please.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Yes.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Ay.
Miss Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Miss Elva Ariano,
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Now we move on to 14.1. Our next regular board meeting will be Wednesday, September 8th. Just an informational item. And then 14.2, suggestion for future board items. Is there anything the board is requesting?
I don't even know how to request this because the status of where we are at that time is, what's going on with testing, what's going on with hiring, all of the myriad of challenges that we are going on. I'm sure that we're going to hit them all.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. Can I get a motion to adjourn at 7:37?
I motion to adjourn.
Okay. Can I get a second?
Second.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Aye.
Mr. Neil Patel,
How dare you? You know, really? You couldn't come up with your own? You had to take mine? Really? Good God, man. Aye, aye, Captain.
Ms. Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Ms. Elva Ariano.
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, stay safe, everybody, and thank you.